ازيكم؟ حلقة النهاردة مختلفة شوية عن الحاجات اللي بتتعمل في بيسوهات. حلقة النهاردة عن الدراسة، ومش أي دراسة، عن دراسة الطب في أوروبا. كم واحد مننا كان عنده حلم إن هو يدخل كلية الطب وما عرفش؟ يعني ما كانش جايب درجات تأهله في الثانوية العامة إن هو يدخل كلية الطب، سواء بقى الطب البيطري أو طب الأسنان أو التمريض مثلا، وبنضطر بقى ندخل كليات تانية. وده أظن حصل مع ناس كتير جدا، والحلم ده لسه عند ناس كتير، بس للأسف ما يقدروش يعيدوا الثانوية العامة من الأول. عرفنا إن في دبلومة بتتعمل أونلاين بتأهل الناس إن هي تدرس الطب ده لو لسه عندك الحلم ده. نسكت؟ لأ، احنا رحنا ليتوانيا نقابل دوركايم، مؤسس اونلاين بريmed، عشان نعرف منه اجابات لكل الاسئله اللي ممكن تخطر على بالكم ليها علاقه بالكورس او بالدبلومه دي. الكورس ده مدته 4 شهور، بعدها بتضمن تدرس في كليه من كليات الطب اللي موجوده في اوروبا. الكورس مدته 4 شهور، 4 شهور بس، بعدها بتضمن كرسي في الجامعه عشان تدرس طب في جامعات كبيره ودوليه في بلاد زي ليتوانيا، لاتفيا، ايطاليا، المجر، قبرص، التشيك، هولندا، رومانيا، كرواتيا وسلوفاكيا. وكل الجامعات دي موجوده زي ما خدتوا بالكم في الاتحاد الاوروبي. لو بس هكلمكم عن التمريض، لان في ناس بتبعت لي كتير بتسالني على التمريض، شغل التمريض في اوروبا او دراسه التمريض في اوروبا. هو مطلوب جدا في اوروبا. المرتبات بتبدا من 3200 يورو في الشهر، ده لو عندك خبره سنتين. وفي النرويج، عشان انا كنت عايش في النرويج، المتوسط هناك هو 3800 يورو في الشهر، فدي ارقام حلوه كبيره يعني. والناس اللي بتتكلم عربي زينا كده ليهم الاولويه ان هم يشتغلوا في مستشفيات في اوروبا كتمريض، كممرضين، عشان في كتير قوي عرب موجودين في مستشفيات مرضى، فعايزين حد يتعامل معاهم يعني. كفايه كلام لحد هنا. تعالوا دلوقتي نروح ليتوانيا نشوف دوركايم، مؤسس اونلاين بريمد، ونساله الاسئله اللي على بالكم دلوقتي.
Hi Durkheim, it's so nice to meet you and giving us the chance to interview you.
الأول طلبنا منه إن هو يعرفنا بنفسه ويقول لنا هو ليه بدأ أو أسس الشركة دي.
Hi, my name is Durkheim Blessing. I am a medical doctor working in Sweden, and I am originally from the Congo. And I, of course, have gone through a lot of things that have shaped me into becoming the man that I am, into being where I am today, and being able to help, just support people to become and empower people to become the ones that they've been called to be. I am a scientist, yes, that I am, but I do believe in God, that I do, because I think that God is the center, is the core of everything. And I build trust with people, and knowing that God is above everything is just amazing. And well, the thing is this, that when it comes to the company itself, I wanted to solve a problem that a lot of people do go through. And I personally, coming from a background where getting into the education that I wanted, was very hard, and put in consideration that just like medicine itself is a very competitive program to get into. I wanted to solve this problem for a lot of people. And the reason behind me beginning with this company was to give people a chance to, even if they don't have the background of the requirements required, we would provide these requirements for people. And by so doing, help them to get into the program of their dreams. So in other words, it doesn't matter whether which kind of fields that they've been working into, once they have this passion of wanting to help people within the healthcare system, then, I was like, let me get into this and help people to get into this, of course.
يعني كده أنت بدأت الشركة دي بناء على تجربة شخصية ليك.
Correct. That's right. Yeah, so I've always had this passion, this dream of becoming a medical doctor. But, it was just so hard, to get into medical school in Sweden because of it's so competitive. So I thought that, hey, what do I do about this? I had the grades that really did measure up, but still, the requirements were high. A lot of people had the very same grade that I had, forcing me not to be able to get accepted. So that's why I had to find many different ways. I did myself a pre-medical course before, which facilitated it for me, to be able to, to get into the medical school and become the doctor that I am soon to become. Exactly.
احكي لنا عن المشاكل اللي شركتك بتحلها.
Right. So in order for you to become a medical student or a dentist student or, a pharmacist, or a nurse or a veterinarian medicine, so the thing is that you have to have the requirement. There's an exam, an entrance exam that you have to pass. And, coming to your own country, the battle is that it's hard to get into the university of your choice. So the thing that my company literally provides is that we give you all the knowledge that you need, because you have to write an exam in chemistry, biology, physics, and anatomy. And it's so hard to know where to get this knowledge from, and you don't really know what kind of requirements are there. So what my company has done basically is bring all this knowledge together into one platform, where you buy the course, you get into the course, and then you do the course, which is comprised in a 4 months period. 4 months period, correct. It's tough, and the reason 4 months is because I just want to be real with my customers. I want them to feel, the pressure that they're being anticipated, when it comes to med school. So it's 4 months, and once the students are done with these 4 months, what we end up doing then is, we collaborate with different universities, allow our students to get into these universities. And while our students are in the university, we are there throughout the whole way, helping them with, visa problems, helping them with apartments problems, and most importantly, consult, with them to help them, just enter medical school and have the just like the initial, how shall I say, basically help them, facilitate for them to just like glide into medical school and have their mental, state or knowledge, like, prepared for the studies ahead. So we are there throughout the entire years, but mostly first year. And I do visit my students just to check how they're doing, because for me it's very important to maintain the relationship with the students.
جميل. ممكن تقول لنا مين هم الناس اللي انت شايفهم مناسبين للكورس بتاعك؟
Right. My customers or the audience that I want to reach out there are literally people that believe in human beings. People that literally do care about people and see themselves being part of this nation that saves people. So my audience are females and males from 18 years and above, people that burn to literally become doctors, pharmacists, nurses, dentists, and veterinarians. So people that really burn and care about others, who are done with their gymnasium or high school, as it's called, as well, and who speak English, of course, as in writing and reading, and able to communicate, and above all, who have the heart to help and to serve. Those are my primary customers.
بتساعد الناس ازاي؟
Right. I mean, I do understand of the stress that the students might be experiencing, because hey, I'm telling you, I have been there myself. So I do know of the stress. Yeah, just like, am I gonna be able, to manage this course, putting in consideration of how compressed the time is. So how I prepare my student, basically, first thing first is that I've built this specific course in a way where I collaborated with different universities, got all the requirements needed. And then from then I had to do some statistical, research where I tried to look back at my life being a medical student, as well as, what works for medical students in general. And I came to realize that, videos, teaching videos, animated videos are the core of, deeper knowledge, deeper understanding, and easier way for us to learn. So for that, I ended up creating this course in a way where everything that you'll be learning, you'll be seeing it in front of you. So it's animated videos, pre-recorded animated videos. And in these videos, it's super clear, it's easy. So someone that really does not understand the basics of science as what an atom is, they visualize it, they see it, and it's explained in a way that you really do not have to have the background in the field. Anyone can make it as long as you are dedicated.
And you know how the brain works. So
Exactly. Exactly, yeah. As a future neurosurgeon, so the brain, how it works and what, how we learn, the different techniques. I've had to apply all of this.
طب ايه اللي يخليني اختار الكورس بتاعك او الدبلومه بتاعتك وما اختارش اي حد تاني؟
Right. The reason being is actually we are the only company that exists that have literally, the founder myself, I have done a pre-med before. So I know how it's like to be a student of a pre-medical course. And besides that, we are the only company that have our videos created in animations, make it more visualizing for students. And besides that, one more thing that we do that other companies do not do is the follow-up, kind of making sure that the students are doing well at the university, just facilitating it for them and, consult them throughout their whole studies, as well as while being done. They can always get back to us for the recommendation of which countries to work in as doctors. What we offer more is this great quality where it's about creating great future doctors that are gonna save the world. And so we put a lot of focus into helping them to become the greats, basically. So after finishing up with my program, my company collaborates with many different countries in Europe, and the list is found on the website. So these countries are collaborating with, these are the ones that you end up getting accepted into. And these are countries like Lithuania, like Croatia, like Latvia, like Poland. We even have Italy as well that we're collaborating with, and Bulgaria. So these are the kind of countries we are having. The list just goes on. And the beauty of these universities is that you end up having a master's degree. As in Lithuania, for instance, it's an integrated studies that you end up doing, meaning that you end up having a bachelor and master's combined in one degree, which is very attractive for the markets as doctors out there in the world.
So, for example, me, I'm 18 years old, and I would like to join your program because I haven't studied any science before in my high school. So what steps should I take to join your program?
Right. So first thing first is that the student has to be done with high school. So have a certificate saying that this person is done and has passed everything. As I said earlier, you don't need to have studied biology, chemistry, so you don't need that at all. But as long as you have that certificate saying that you're done with your high school. And the second thing is that you have to be able to understand English, to be able to speak English. And then the other thing, of course, is that you are dedicated, because that's the thing, the course itself is quite intense, so you have to be pretty dedicated. You have to know what you want. My job within the process is to shape you and help you become, as good as possible, basically. But the work has to be put in there by you, so you have to be dedicated. And this is one of the reasons why we'll be having interviews with these students where I, just display everything, what they are to expect, that this is going to be tough. you know, be dedicated. We have teachers. We are here to help you. And that's basically the requirements that I have.
طب بما ان الدراسة بتبقى بالانجليزي، ايه هو ليفل الانجليزي اللي المفروض ابقى فيه؟
You know, as long as you understand and you can read English, and because the courses are in English, so as long as you understand English, once you are as well done with the course, you don't even need to do, depending on the university that you want to get into, the university you want to get accepted into, depending on the I mean, if you're done with our course, of course, you don't need to do these extra English classes or courses, because everything is covered. I mean, the course is in English, and you end up passing our courses, and directly you get in. So the English level that you need is just understanding and you know, being able to read and write. That's all you need. Knowledge into one place to facilitate and just help people, you know.
طب نفترض ان انا خدت الكورس ده واجتزته وخدت الشهادة، هل بالشهادة دي اقدر ادخل كلية من كليات الطب اللي موجودة في اوروبا؟
Yeah, so the thing is that once the students are done with my course, of course, before even getting done, there's an exam that they have to write that they end up passing. And after passing this exam, they get a certificate with my signature on, and this is approved by the company. And what happens is that with this certificate, there are some universities that all they require is this certificate from the students. Once they see the certificate, they know that the students are from our company, and then those students do not need to do the entrance exam. So we have that as well. As I said earlier, there are some universities that require the English certificate, and most of them actually do that, but with the university we're collaborating with, do not require that, as our courses are in English. And once you pass all our courses, your English level is good enough for you to get into these medical studies and proceed in them with a more than satisfactory or satisfying English level.
I would like to thank you so much for your time and for the chance to meet up with you.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to us.
You're making me blush.
في بس معلومتين مهمين بخصوص الدبلومة الطبية. دلوقتي الويب سايت بتاع اونلاين بريمد فيه الجامعات اللي موجودة اللي تقدر تدخلها بعد الدبلومة دي في البلاد اللي انا قلتها في الاول. نفترض بقى ان انت عايز تدخل جامعة مش موجودة في الجامعات دي، تعمل ايه؟ ممكن اول سنة تدخل جامعة من الجامعات المدرجة اللي هي اونلاين بريمد عاملة تعاقد معاهم، وبعد كده تقدر تنقل لاي جامعة في اوروبا، لان النقل في الاتحاد الاوروبي لما بتكون بتدرس في جامعة في اوروبا وتنقل لاي جامعة اوروبية تانية بيبقى اسهل بكتير. وافتكروا ان دي دورة عشان تأهل الناس اللي عايزة تدخل مجال الطب، طب بشري، طب اسنان، طب بيطري، تمريض. المعلومة التانية هي ان لو الطالب متفوق دراسيا بعد السنة الاولى، يعني واحد اجتاز كل حاجة ودخل اول سنة في الكلية وكان متفوق جدا، من حقه يقدم على منحة دراسية وياخد خصم كبير او اعفاء كامل من المصاريف، ده حسب درجة تفوقه. يعني كل ما هتبقى فظيع في الدراسة كل ما هتدفع اقل او ممكن ما تدفعش خالص. وبعد ما بتتخرج من الجامعه انت بتاخد بقى ايه، رخصه مزاوله المهنه عشان تشتغل في اي مستشفى في اوروبا او في الشرق الاوسط من غير ما تحتاج معادله للشهاده. نقطه تانية مهمه ان اي حد بيتخرج من الجامعات دي وعايز بقى يشتغل في اي بلد اوروبيه، يعني بيحتاج ان هو ياخد كورس لغه مكثف. يعني مثلا حد اتخرج خلاص وعايز يروح يدرس في النرويج مثلا، فهو لازم ياخد كورس لغه مكثف عشان يعرف يتعامل مع المرضى. واحب افكركم ان في الاتحاد الاوروبي في 0 بطاله في المجال الطبي، يعني انت محجوز للشغل من قبل ما تتخرج. يعني انت بتاخد رخصة مزاولة المهنة وبعد كده بتاخد كورس مكثف وبعد كده خلاص الشغل مستنيك. تقدر تقدم دلوقتي على الكورس ده في مايجريشن لاونج بالتعاون مع اونلاين بريمد. المحاضرات كلها مسجلة وفي مدرس هيجاوبك على كل أسئلتك. سجل النهاردة في الكورس عشان تحقق حلم دراسة الطب. هتلاقوا لينك التسجيل في صندوق الوصف تحت الفيديو، ولو بتشوفونا من فيسبوك هتلاقوه في أول تعليق. أي حد بيشترك من خلال اللينك ده بياخد 10% خصم. شكرا جدا مايجريشن لاونج على رعايتهم للحلقة دي وثقتهم فينا. لو شايفين ان الفيديو ده يستحق المشاركة مع أصدقائكم عشان ممكن حد تاني يبقى مهتم، يا ريت تشاركوه مع أصدقائكم واعملوا شير، وكمان اعملوا لايك وسبسكرايب، واستنونا في الحلقة الجاية من بيسوهات.